feel like I'm like way off this edge of the screen.
You're on a whole nother... Oh my gosh. That hurt?
No.
That was freaking massive.
My complexion.
Should we do like a thumbnail?
It's a Q&A.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Hope you're doing well. We're doing well.
Yes, we are.
Come in a bit closer this way. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we don't often do these sit down and talk in video type things that it's like really close. So sorry if the lighting's real bad, and sorry if this camera angle's really bad as well. We apologize.
Sorry.
This is our first Q&A video. You ask the question and we're gonna answer it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
No, we will. We will answer your questions. We have nothing to hide.
We have nothing to hide.
It's all going to come out of the closet.
Like we've got something that's gonna come out of the closet. Alright, let's just roll the damn clip. Alrighty guys, we do not know how long this video is going to go for, so sorry if it's a long one, but we're going to answer as many questions as we can. I would like to say that we put a status on our Facebook page, which is the Bilkurra Homestead on Facebook, asking for questions for this Q&A video. And a few of you did ask some questions in the comment, so thank you very much if you asked a question. We really appreciate it.
Nicole, you asked too many, I'm sorry. We'll have to cut some of those.
You can never ask too many questions. And just before we get into it, I'll also add that we are now at 160... No, wait, no we're not.
I was going to say, what do we...
No, we're not.
156 about 2 hours ago.
We are at 156 subscribers, which is crazy. It's crazy. Super, super grateful that you're all here, and can't thank you enough for being on our little Bilkurra bandwagon with us. One of the questions was from Adam, and he says, basically, what does Bilkurra mean? Like, it could be an obvious answer, but what does Bilkurra mean? Do you want to answer this?
Sure. So Bilkurra is the street that I used to live on when we used to live in suburbia Brisbane. I presume it's Aboriginal. I've tried looking it up what it means, but can't find anything on it. Bilkurra, where we used to live in Middle Park, is where we started our little homestead, our chickens, our little veggie patch. So that's basically where it started, and we've taken the name from there.
Yeah. Before we even decided that we were going to do YouTube, and we were doing our little homesteading thing in suburbia, we would like hashtag the Bilkurra Homestead, because that was the street that we lived on, and it kind of just stuck. Oh, okay. Also, it would be really cool to learn about how you guys met and decided to establish a homestead. So, we met online. Should I go into the long story? The long version? I reckon we'll just go into the long version.
You can cut it down later.
Yeah, right. So basically, I was living in a share house with two other guys, two straight guys, and they all ditched me one night and did their thing, and I was home by myself. My housemate actually bought me a bottle of wine and was like, here you go, here's a bottle of wine. I don't ever really drink wine. Well, I didn't anyway at the time. And I was just doing my thing at home, getting a little bit wasted. And then before that night, I'd spoke to Michael maybe like twice.
Yeah.
Twice. Nothing was like, there was no chemistry or anything like that on my side. Was there on your side? We didn't really speak enough.
No. It was very hard to get a conversation because he was in real estate at the time. He'd be mid-conversation, then you wouldn't hear from him for hours because he'd be off showing houses or something. So,
yeah. But yeah, so one night I was just bored, drinking by myself, and thought, oh, God, it'd be cool to have some company. And I think like the last person I had spoken to was you. So I was like, oh, all right, I'll just. This is like
11 o'clock at night.
11 o'clock at night, and I saw that he was active like 12 minutes before then, and I was just like, hey, what are you doing or something? And I was like, do you want to come over? Is that what I said?
Something
do you want to come
like
over?
that. Something like that.
Anyway, it was super spontaneous on my part because I would never ever invite anybody to my house unless I had met them in person before. But you know, I was like feeling myself like drunk a little bit. Anyway, so like not even maybe like 5 minutes later, Michael replies and was like, yeah, okay, send me your address and I'll come over. And I just need to clarify here that I was not looking to hook up with somebody that night. Like, we didn't hook up. No. So, sorry if our mums are watching, but, you know, that wasn't the intention. I was just sort of like wanting to some company anyway, and I thought, you know what, I'll just get to know him anyway. So, from that night that we met, we did not have a night, like we stayed with each other like every single night for like 2 years, hey?
Yep.
And the first time that we ever had like a night apart was when I went and stayed at my mum's house one night. And I was like, oh my God, where's Michael? But you know, it was super weird. It was just very spontaneous and yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like it makes me wonder, would we have ever like spoken again if I hadn't have just like randomly messaged you at 11 o'clock at night? How is that? Like everything,
very weird.
It just circles into my like, my thing of like everything happens for a reason. And the homesteading part.
So it wasn't long after that, while you were still living in the share house, you decided that you wanted to raise some chickens, some silkies.
I wanted to have some silkies at my old house when I was living with the housemates. And Michael actually helped me make a wooden brooder box. We painted it pink. You're gonna see it in the next coming video anyway. Still got it. And then some things were going down with my housemates and everything was just like full steam ahead in our relationship. Like things were just happening super, super quick. And then like 2 months after meeting each other, do you reckon it was? Or longer than that?
It was after Christmas. Because we had Christmas that year at your place. So it would have been, yeah, it would have been.
Probably 3 months.
Yeah, probably 3 months or so.
So 3 months of like literally staying at either of our houses every single night, not being apart at all. My lease, like around that time, my lease was running out. So I had an opportunity to continue it or not. My housemates were heads. So I decided that I wasn't going to continue with it anyway. And then Michael was like, why don't you just move in here? So that was when I moved to the Bilkurra Homestead. Yeah. So the whole homesteading thing came into it pretty much as soon as we met. Like I wanted chickens and I was gonna have chickens at my old house and then I ended up moving and then Michael was like, okay, well we can have chickens, let's build a chicken coop. So in our original video with that red chicken coop, that was the first time we ever had chickens and we incubated them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taking a trip down memory lane.
Yes, sure.
All right, so let's go. Thank you, Adam, for your questions. Let's move to another one. Catherine Grayson. I'd love to know what led you to homesteading, and is homesteading as popular a dream in Australia as it is in the US, or do people think you're nuts?
I think not as much as homesteading per se, which is obviously living off the land and being self-sufficient. People getting out of the city for a more relaxed lifestyle, but not as much homesteading. Homesteading in Australia, I don't think is real big here.
I think hobby farming is more the word that we use in Australia.
Yeah.
So like hobby farming in Australia is sort of like the same as homesteading in the US or something like that. But I think most people in Australia, no, I wouldn't say most people, but there is a good section of people that want to live the country life. The country life is a dream for them. And I think that comes down to I think it's more in the older generation, to be honest, because I feel like whether you are like 40 or 50 now, the chances are that you probably grew up on a farm with your family, or like your nan or somebody had a farm and you sort of remember those things as good childhood memories and want to sort of go back to that country living. So I think that's, some people, it depends who you are really, it's each to their own. Some people don't like, some people just aren't for the country life. But my pop used to do a whole heap of caretaking on properties and stuff, and I remember when I was little we would always go out to his farm in Childers, Queensland, if you know what that is. And they were some really awesome childhood memories for me, and on my school holidays and stuff I would go out and see him and just watch the chickens. Just literally I was the kid that sat at the chicken coop just watching the chickens like a freak. There you go.
So what was the other question? She had the first part of that question. What led us to homesteading? So
that sort of led
us. I think we're sort of, the chickens and chickens and just wanting to be a bit more self-sufficient. And
we started watching YouTube channels too. Like I was watching my own YouTube channels and Michael was watching some other stuff as well, and it was like, oh, look at what such and such has done. Like how cool would that be if we could like grow our own food and learn how to preserve it and all that sort of stuff. So it sort of was like the more and more we watched and the more that we thought about doing it, the more we wanted to do it. Yeah. But obviously, you know, we trialed it out, did our own vegetable garden and stuff like that. Camera's dying.
Didn't you charge it?
No. Uh-oh.